distinguished guests, a warm good morning to one and all. It is an honor to be part of this national webinar on biodiversity conservation in Tamil Nadu, being held today, the 22nd day of May 2020, organized by the Guru Nanak College chapter of the OISCA International to celebrate the International Day for Biological Diversity 2020. Biodiversity is the variety of living species on Earth that includes plants, animals, and microorganisms and the ecosystem they form. Biodiversity includes the diversity within species and between different species within the ecosystem. When there is a shift in the balance of an ecosystem, such as loss of a plant or an animal or an introduction of new species, this shift can lead to irreversible consequences. In simple words, biodiversity represents our biological lifeline. Hence, biological diversity conservation is the need of the hour, and we are here to learn more about biological diversity of Tamil Nadu and its conservation from an officer who spent his entire career with forest and biodiversity. Now, I would like to request our most respected principal, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan sir, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Good morning, all of you. I could see Dr. Balaji was there, but I couldn't see his video again. Once again, sir, I am happy to welcome you, sir, today. I am very happy and proud of you, sir. For immediately, I have accepted our request. The full day, we would like to share your expertise to all of the participants. And to my surprise, once we put the link, there are more than 500 registrations that we could not able to control also. And this few words, I welcome all the participants and wonderful arrangement by Dr. Mahendra Kumar. On behalf of the OISCA Guru Nanak College chapter, I welcome one and all. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Hope that we'll have wonderful deliberations today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Dean Research and President of Guru Nanak Chapter OISCA, Dr. J. Jayanti, to introduce our chief guest.
So you are able to hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
A very good morning to all the participants who have joined here today to celebrate the International Biodiversity Day. Indeed, it is a very important day today. During these COVID times, we actually need to understand that our environment is the only wealth that we have, and we are very happy to join all of you in celebrating this day and to create some awareness among the staff and the students. At this juncture, I would like to thank our speaker of today, Dr. Balaji, for having accepted to deliver a speech today. Thank you very much, sir. And S. Balaji is the former Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, especially trained in education and training from the government of Tamil Nadu. He belongs to the 1981 batch of Indian Forest Service, Tamil Nadu cadre. He has over 38 years of professional experience in forest and environmental management. He is retired as the Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, and he is a regional forestry expert to United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, ROW, and the Chairman of ABS Committee of the National Biodiversity Authority, Government of India. Presently, he is an advisor to Care Earth Trust, a leading environmental NGO, and a consultant on forestry and environment. He has done PhD in forestry on the impact of joint forest management on biodiversity under the guidance of Professor M.S. Swaminathan. He has traveled widely across the globe, has contributed around 125 technical papers on forestry and environment in national and also participated in national and international workshops. His book, The Joint Forest Management for Biodiversity Enhancement, is the first quantitative assessment of relation between biodiversity and the JFM. He has worked as an MD in Tanshia, and he has also been the Director, Department of Environment. He has launched the web-based Tamil Nadu State Biodiversity Profile for the first time in the country in 2003. As the advisor of Care Earth Trust, he is currently involved as a team leader in a consultancy project to enhance green cover in Greater Chennai Corporation and developing enterprises in selected villages in Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve and restoration of wetlands around Chennai. Balaji sir, we are so thankful with such a wonderful CV that you have. You are the best person who could bring around an awareness in about biological diversity on this day where we are celebrating International Biodiversity Day. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I now hand it over to the speaker.
Good morning to all of you. It is a pleasure to be here and share some of my thoughts on this eventful day, the International Day of Biodiversity. And I congratulate Guru Nanak College, its principal, Dean Jayanti Madam, and Dr. Kumar for organizing this webinar even during these difficult times of COVID and lockdown. So it is a pleasure to meet all of you, and especially the young green warriors on this occasion of International Day of Biodiversity. The COVID-19 has and the resultant lockdown has completely brought down the life to a standstill. But still, it has also done, in the sense it has given rest to the nature and from our own activities with which they were all affected. So that's why you see here and there the Ganga is clean, and then the air which we breathe is much better. Delhi atmosphere is also cleaner. All these things we are hearing. But these are all a sort of a temporary measures, and once the lockdown is lifted, the things may go back to square one. So we have to be very cautious about, and we cannot rejoice about the changes that are taking place. So on this occasion, I thought I will share some of the ideas about biodiversity, global, national, and the local level. So my focus will be Tamil Nadu, and we will go to the presentations. See, the biodiversity conservation in Tamil Nadu, we will be focusing on during this presentation. And this year's International Biological Diversity Day, the theme of today is our solutions are in nature. The nature is the greatest teacher. So for many of our environmental ills, there are solutions in nature. Only thing is we should be willing to listen to nature and adopt those changes. So let us see, the whole thing started with the Earth Summit at Rio, and the Convention of Biological Diversity was signed. And now there are about 196 countries which are signatories to this convention. And this was signed in 1992. This day, the 22nd of May, is celebrated mainly to commemorate this convention being signed on that day. The CBD, as it is known, the Convention on Biological Diversity, has got 3 objectives. One is the conservation of biological diversity. Second thing is these sustainable use of this biological diversity. And third is the equitable sharing of the benefits that arise out of this biodiversity. These 3 principles form the basis of CBD, and all the countries were asked to prepare their own national biodiversity strategy and action plan based on this, the broad guidelines. We know for the young students who the biological diversity, which was a constructed form, biodiversity. In fact, biological diversity was coined by Lovejoy in 1980, and this word which was a constructed form was popularized by E.O. Wilson in 1988, and it came into use after 1992 Earth Summit. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is the variety and variability of living things on this earth, and also the ecosystems in which these living things are supported. So generally, biodiversity is studied in 3 different stages, that is genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. We are all more familiar with species diversity, and because that is what we see every day, whether it is a mango tree or coconut tree or tiger, elephant, or a cow or buffalo, all these species are the one which we see more closely. And genetic diversity is the genetic makeup of each species, and genetically they are different, and this genetic diversity is very important for producing crops which are resistant to disease, etc. The ecosystem diversity, there are a number of ecosystems, and you have got marine ecosystem, the forest ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem like this, and each ecosystem supports a number of organisms, both plants and animals. So this kind of biological diversity is threatened by HIPPO, what in the acronym for habitat destruction, invasive alien species, population explosion, pollution, and overexploitation. And habitat destruction has been mainly responsible because with the development, urbanization, the habitats are shrinking in most of the countries. And where these animals, they were all going around freely, they are restricted to a small pockets. For instance, your lion in India is now restricted to only Gir forest in Gujarat. And we have seen that lions were there earlier everywhere, but now it is restricted to only Gir forest. So like this, the habitat destruction has been responsible for loss of species and has also been restricting these species to specific areas. Invasive alien species is like the invasive alien species are foreign species, species which have come from other countries to our, just like our lantana, prosopis, etc., which are creating havoc for the native species to regenerate. So the management of invasive alien species is also important for protecting our biodiversity. Population explosion. See, all these problems have come because the human population is increasing. Now we are more than 7 billion. And this population is eating away most of the resources on this earth. According to a study, 40% of the photosynthate is consumed by human beings, leaving very little for all other organisms to take. The fourth one is a pollution. With increasing population and also increasing urbanization, pollution has become common everywhere, whether it is water pollution or it is land pollution or is it air pollution. Biodiversity Act came and the Forest Conservation Act came. All these things have led to improvement in the situation. India is one of the 17 mega biodiversity countries in the world, and our Western Ghats is one of the hotspots. We have more than 45,000 species of plants and about 91,000 species of animals. And more important is agrobiodiversity and also the medicinal plants which we have. And this is where I think the agrobiodiversity, we have got more than 9,500 species of ethnobotanical importance. And we have more than 6,000 species of medicinal plants. So these are our treasure trove, which will have to be protected well and passed on to the next generation. When I was Director of Environment, we released for the first biodiversity profile of Tamil Nadu, and it is available on the web, NBIS website of the Department of Environment, Government of Tamil Nadu. And this indicates the number of species, different taxa, and also the faunal species also. These are all done by various experts in the respective fields. Next. I was mentioning about medicinal plants. In fact, for conserving the medicinal plants, Tamil Nadu has got a 12 medicinal plant conservation area located in different districts and in the different forest types. And each area, about 150-200 hectares, were declared as the MPCA and they are protected. And these medicinal plants have come to importance during the present COVID time also, because there are many plants in the forest which can improve immunity. What you see in the slide, the Ocimum, the Tulsi is one such species. The Tinospora cardifolia, what is known as Amrut in Sanskrit, and also it is Sindal Kodi in Tamil. And it is a very important plant which improves the immunity. Similarly, our Coleus is very good for throat infection. So these kind of medicinal plants will have to be conserved, and they use under Ayush. Now even for COVID treatment, Ayush has introduced Kabasura Kudini, which is being popularized and supplied to every household. And this is all possible because of our biodiversity. In fact, this plant which you are seeing, Armocarpum senoides, which is available in Viluppuram side, is one of the very important species used by the Puttur Vaidyas for bone setting. And this is the one species which can be used beneficially. Similarly, there are thousands of species, and our faunal diversity is also quite rich, both marine and terrestrial. And the third level of diversity, we have seen the species diversity, and you know about the genetic diversity within these species. And the third diversity, which is important, is the ecosystem diversity. There are a number of ecosystems like forests, wetlands, coastal, mangroves, coral reefs, and desert ecosystem. And each of them have a great role to play. This is what you see on the screen is the Nilgiris. The typical Nilgiris sholas and grasslands, the typical native vegetation of this ecosystem. Next. This is in the Kalakada Mundandurai Tiger Reserve, where you have got the tropical wet evergreen forest and the Mathupuri Vale. And this is where you have got Agastya Peak. And this area has been declared as the Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve now. Next. Tamil Nadu has got a number of, as I said, more than 5,000 varieties of species of plants. But some of them are very important and they are very dominant. The one species which you see, the Albizia amara, which is commonly called as musil, and the Chloroxylon sweetinea, that is called as Purus. These are very, very ubiquitous in the Tamil Nadu forest, and especially in the dry evergreen and dry thorn forest, which forms about 70% of Tamil Nadu forest. These species are common. The Santalum album, the famous sandalwood, which you see in the center, is available in Javadis, Salem, Coimbatore, and in this belt. And it is one of the most valuable tree on this earth. Forest degradation has to be prevented, and when you restore the forest, the biodiversity reappears. This is the experience we have seen in under the Tamil Nadu Forestation Project, of which I was the project manager. And this is the Tamil TN Pudukkudi forest in Tirunelveli, where you can see the transformation taking place in a degraded forest over a period of time. Next. Similarly, our mangrove forests in Tamil Nadu are very important. We have got Pichavaram and Muthupet. We have got sizable mangroves. And they are very close. The major species are Abyssinia marina and Rhizophora. And they are the first level of defense against tsunami or the cyclonic storm that hit every year our Bay of Bengal. In order to protect the marine biodiversity, we have got established the Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. In fact, this Biosphere Reserve, Marine Biosphere Reserve, is the first one to be established not only in India, in the entire Asia, as early as 1989. And it covers more than 10,500 square kilometers, and it covers 21 islands, what you see on the map. Olive Ridley turtles, about which you must have heard, and they come in lakhs in the Orissa coast near Gahirmata, which has been declared as a sanctuary. And these olive ridleys, they come for laying eggs and to the coast, and even near our Adyar, they do come along the ECR road, and the turtle excluding devices have been provided to the fishermen so that they don't get caught in the fish net. And they are very important because these are the indicators of good marine ecosystem. The corals are another beautiful ecosystem which you have near our Tuticorin, and these corals are very important as they provide shelter and nourishment to thousands of marine flora and fauna. We will come to the sanctuaries and national parks. The protected areas in Tamil Nadu, we have about 30% of our reserve forest has been declared as the protected area, either as sanctuaries or national parks. And Tamil Nadu has got about 15 sanctuaries, 5 national parks, 15 bird sanctuaries. We have got 4 tiger project areas. We have got 4 elephant protection areas, and also 3 biosphere reserve: the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, Gulf of Mannar, and also the Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve. Elephants. The population of elephant has been increasing, and along with that, you are also experiencing man-animal conflict in Tamil Nadu with elephants. In many places, Valpari, Coimbatore, Dharmapuri, and all this, it is a recurrent problem because elephants are migratory in nature, and then their elephant paths are disturbed and they are urbanized or developed into roads and other infrastructure. Then the conflict comes. Flamingos are very beautiful, and these flamingos come in January, and it is very nice to see in our Andhra Tamil Nadu border. Next. Painted stork. Many of these water birds are very beautiful, and this is an interesting slide. These are the Chennai birds. What birds you can see, especially the students of Guru Nanak College, you must take to these ornithology, bird watching, and whatever birds you can see in your campus, you can list. And similarly, the birds which are around your neighborhood, in the house, and also show compassion to these birds. They are so beautiful to look at, and there are so many varieties of birds available in Chennai. This was the tiger which I spotted in Mudumalai when we visited in 23/8/2012, and Mudumalai has now is very rich in tiger wealth, and spotting of tiger has also substantially improved in Mudumalai. LTM, this lion-tailed macaque. When you see LTM, I immediately remember about how, for the sake of LTM, the Silent Valley project was shelved by former Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi, and this now Silent Valley has become a national park now, and that is where about 4 decades back, a hydroelectric project was to come, but this was shelved, And that is the compassion for wildlife succeeded at the time. Indian gaur is another beautiful animal you see in our forests. Next. There is no better common future without better common present. Convention of Biological Diversity and number of other international conventions are there. But their success lies only in local action. How we act locally, how we do in our own environment, our own immediate environment. Government, local bodies, industries, and each one of us have a role to play. Think globally but act locally. Whatever little you can do to protect biodiversity, you can do. If you are living in a village or if you are living close to the forest, go to the forest and enjoy nature, enjoy the birds, animals, and plants there. If you are living in a town or a city, plant indigenous trees. In fact, in one of the recent projects, the Carer Trust has suggested 90 different indigenous species to be planted in Chennai city for greening over the next 5 years. And these indigenous trees are like a neem, pungam, iluppai, then Lagestromia, Magilam, Kadambu, and Novel. All these things are very beautiful and they also attract birds and butterflies. So they will enhance the biodiversity of the area. Then, as I earlier said, love the birds which are around you, identify them. See, initially you may think only we have got crow and pigeon around. But if your eyes are sharper, then you will look at other birds. And once you start developing interest in that, it will be really enjoyable. Similarly, try to give your hand in protecting the water bodies around your locality. So our water bodies also, they nurture so many plants and animals, and they have to be protected without becoming a garbage bin or without becoming a sewage outlet. So we have to ensure that these water bodies are protected and they continue to serve the ecological function. So on this International Day of Biodiversity, I would request all of you to protect the video. You can see the example, life is beautiful in harmony with nature. How if you have any questions, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir, for your thought-provoking and informative lecture. Now I request the participants to interact with our keynote speaker, Dr. S. Balaji, regarding your doubts regarding biodiversity conservation. Now I'll unmute Dr. Shivakumar. Shivakumar sir, you can speak.
Okay, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Audible.
So really, it is informative, sir. So I want to know about that biosphere reserves of Gulf of Mannar, sir. Sir, during this that lockdown period after 60 to 70, nearly 2.5 months, what will be the condition of that natural fauna, sir, in and around our Tamil Nadu coastal ecosystem, sir?
See, there is no survey has been done as yet, but definitely we expect an improvement because the pollution level has come down. Naturally, there will be improvement.
Yes,
What
sir.
you are able to see through social media, many people are sharing that wild animals are coming around, their number is increasing, and similarly, Ganga has become very clean. All these things are coming in social media, but we have not done any formal survey to know that what impact it has.
Dr. Gopi wants to talk. 1 minute, sir. I'll unmute. Dr. Gopi, sir, you've been unmuted. You can ask your question to sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, it is audible, sir?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there any drastic changes during lockdown period, sir, regarding the plants? Especially, I'm asking about the plants, sir.
See, lockdown period, the water bodies have become cleaner because the water bodies which used to get industrial effluents and also domestic sewage, they have stopped in many cases. Especially industrial effluents have completely stopped. That is why even Kumarapalayam, Pallipalayam, all these areas which used to release a lot of effluents, they have all stopped. So the Kaveri in that area had become very clean. So similar is the case in Ganges. In Ganga, Kanpur used to release a lot of effluents. So all those industries have stopped along the banks. So water bodies have become cleaner. Once water bodies have become cleaner, both the flora and fauna found in the water bodies are found in.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you so much. I think I really enjoyed sharing some of my views with you. And as I mentioned, let us make this biodiversity a source of some positive action. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. In case there are no questions, we can conclude the session. Now, I would like to invite our Dean Research and President of OISCA Guru Nanak Chapter, Dr. J. Jayanti ma'am, to speak a few words.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Sir, Balaji sir, thank you for that wonderful presentation that you have given. It's very lively and both it was very informative also, and visually it was very, very interesting, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for having joined us on today to celebrate this International Biodiversity Day. This has been a successful day for us. Thank you very much to all the participants, and Dr. Balaji sir, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation.
My pleasure, madam. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you and Dr. Mahendra Kumar for organizing this. Thank you so much.
As the organizing secretary of this webinar, I would like to propose the vote of thanks. It gives me immense pleasure in delivering the vote of thanks. I want to thank our chief guest, Dr. S. Balaji IFS, former Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, for his wonderful presentation and for making this webinar a lively one, as mentioned by our Dean Madam. I approached Dr. Balaji sir very recently, but without any hesitation, he accepted the offer and he was, very much helpful. I thank our college management, especially our most revered General Secretary and Correspondent Sardar Manjit Singh Nair, our most respected Principal, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan sir, our Dean Research and President of OISCA International Guru Nanak Chapter for supporting me and bringing out this webinar a success. And I thank OISCA International for recognizing our Guru Nanak College chapter. And lastly, I would like to thank all the participants from OISCA International as well as from various colleges, universities across the globe. In fact, yesterday when I was searching about the participants, we got certain registrations from China. So we named it as national webinar, but the participants have made it international one. And it could not have been possible without our principal sir's effort. Within very short span of time, he forwarded to many groups, and we received more than 650. We have to stop the registration. When we stopped, it was 650. So we would like to organize many more events like this in future, and I would like to request all of your support in our future events. Thank you once again, everyone. Jai Hind.